Hello, welcome to Homework Help, the Algonquin Area Public Library's volunteer-run homework help video series for all ages. I am volunteer Elena, and I am going to show you how to solve systems of linear equations by substitution. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over what exactly that means. If we have a graph, and let's just say we have a line going this way, and we have a line going this way. What we're going to be solving is where those lines intersect, where they cross over each other. At that coordinate, that's what we're going to be finding. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is choose which equation seems the easiest to solve. And now on the left side over here, we have an equation where there's no numbers behind the variables, which are x and y, and 4 is relatively small. Whereas this equation over here, there are numbers in front of x and y, and 24 is kind of a big number. So since we want to make things easier on ourselves, we're going to start off with the equation that's smaller and easier, which is x plus y equals 4. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is get one variable by itself. Now, most people will solve for y, but it doesn't matter. You can solve for x or y. I'm going to solve for y today, so what I'm going to do is subtract both sides by x, so that now we get y equals 4 minus x. This, believe it or not, is already our first step out of the way. We now know that 4 minus x equals y, so what we're going to do is we're going to plug that into the other equation. Now, we're not going to plug it into the same equation that we just used, x plus y equals 4, because that would just give us the same answer. So instead what we're going to do is we are going to plug it into the 2x plus 3y equals 24. And every single time that we see a y, for instance right here, we're going to plug it into 4 minus x, because we know that y is the same thing as 4 minus x. Alright, so let's try it out. So we're going to have 2x plus 3, and then instead of y, we're going to write 4 minus x equals 24. And now it's just a matter of solving using algebra. So first we use the distributive property, and we know that 2x plus 3 times 4 is 12. Negative 1x times 3 is negative 3x equals 24. Now we subtract both sides by 12, and we get 2x minus 3x equals 12. That's the same thing as negative 1x equals 12, and if we divide both sides by negative 1, we get x equals negative 12. And this is already our first answer completely found. We know what x equals. All there's really left to do now is plug that back in to whatever equation we want. You can either plug this x back into x plus y equals 4, or 2x plus 3y equals 24. However, like I said earlier, we want to make this easier on ourselves. So we want to use numbers that are more kind and more easy. So we're going to use the x plus y equals 4. Once again, it doesn't matter which one you use, but for sake of time and to make things quicker, we're going to use the one with less numbers to deal with. Now, every time that you see an x, you are going to replace it with a negative 12, because we know that x equals negative 12. So we can do negative 12 plus y equals 4. Okay. Now, we add 12 to both sides, and we know that y equals 16. Alright, so this is our other answer. We know that x equals negative 12, and y equals 16. Now, if we go back to our graph, and we have our two lines, we know that this point right up here, it's a little bit hard to see, but this point up here, that's what's going to be where the intersection happens. And we know that every coordinate has an x, y value. So in order to write this in the correct notation, we're going to take the x value, which is negative 12, comma, 16, which is the y value. And this right here is the completed answer. Negative 12, comma, 16. And this is how you solve a system of linear equations using the substitution method. Thanks for joining us on Homework Help today. If you have any video suggestions, or you're a teenager who would like to earn volunteer hours by recording a video for us, please email Lindsay at teen@aapld.org, which you can see right down here at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.